get back on track after what's been a pretty tough 2 weeks for you guys?
Yeah, I think just stay true to the vision. Understand that the vision going to take care of all the work. When you understand where you're going, you know what roads won't take you there. So I think for us, it's just about, keeping the vision in mind and not letting, a loss here, a loss there take you completely off track. Stay disciplined, and it's a simple game. When you do things right, you overcomplicate things when you put yourself in positions that you don't practice, things that we don't coach, and then don't communicate. It makes things like yesterday happen.
Was that game tough to rewatch?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough to turn it on. I think watching it wasn't as bad as I expected, just because you on the field, it just seems like the worst thing in the world. And people always say it's never as good as you think or bad as you think. So you watch it, and it's just like we really beat ourselves, like genuinely. I know for me, I had some technique errors that's just uncharacteristic, and I think a lot of guys could say the same thing about themselves.
Like I said, he thinks guys are pressing. So how do you kind of get out of that pressing mode?
Pressing in what way?
Like he said, pressing to make plays instead of letting the plays come to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game where you want to be the guy. Every week you go out there, you expecting, I'm going to make this play for my team. I think we always pray before the games, and one thing that we brought up during that was talking about sometimes when your counterpart, your peer makes a play, that's you making a play as well. Me being in my right gap, me covering my assignment to the best of my ability opens up the way for somebody else to make a play. So I think it's just letting it be a team sport. You can't make every play on the field. You got an assignment. You got to do it by yourself. You can't cover other guys, and then that's the best way to approach that.
Is that the kind of thing, though, that can snowball a little bit if you don't stop it? You know what I mean? What I'm talking about? Like, it bleeds over into next week, which then bleeds over into the following week.
I think that's a possibility, but, with the right conversations and things that have already gone on, I think we're already moving in the right direction. Like I said, it's all about the vision and keeping that in mind.
Does this one feel anything like what that line after the Lions game was last year? Because that one kind of sparked you guys down the run. Does today feel like maybe the day after that at all?
I think tough losses kind of do have a way of reminding you of a certain game. I wouldn't say the Lions one. For me, I didn't play that game, one. But two, as well as just for the team overall, I think each one is just so different because of the situation at hand. I think right now we know, it doesn't take us out of anything, but we do have to change our mindset slightly and just understanding, every Sunday is a different challenge, and it starts on Monday. On Monday, you got to come in with the mindset of it doesn't matter who we're stepping across from. You just got to do your job and execute our plan. It doesn't matter who we're playing.
You think maybe some of the outside noise started to leak in, the hearing of the expectation, the hype, got in the locker room a little?
I personally, I think that's something that happens naturally. I mean, ESPN's on all day, 24/7. You'll see yourself on TV at random moments. For myself, I don't think it affects me too much. Everybody handles it differently, and I think anybody who I can't say I've been walking around the locker room and see a guy get big-headed over it or anything like that, because it's part of the game. I mean, if you've made it to the NFL, you've had a ton of spotlight already. So being able to handle those expectations, it is a little bit different being in the NFL, but we've had a lot of guys that have had a ton of success in the league.